Okay, here you go. The third act, the third chapter of John Wick. You've seen the first one, you've seen the second one, and you're still like, how is this man doing this? How does man keeps getting up and after keep getting beat down over and over again and just somehow surviving? And yet, every time you watch this movie, you suspend your disbelief and think, oh yeah, it's fine. And it works every time. So today, we're gonna review John Wick 3 Parabellum. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka, and today I am here with Ivory. She's been on other episodes. She's been on the Warriors episode, the game night with
Ice Cube.
No, not Ice Cube. Game night with. You did Fight Night, School Fight, something like that. And, no, Fist Fight. It's Fist Fight. Fist Fight, and then with Steve Carell. We went to the movie there with Khaleesa. With Steve Carell and his wife, and they like trying to find out who the murderer was.
Yeah, that was Game Night.
Game Night, yeah. So anyway, she's been on a bunch of episodes. You can go back and watch. I think check them out. They're really good ones. She always had a different opinion. I think our biggest debate was Bright with Will Smith.
No, Superman.
No, Spider-Man. You like Spider-Man, yeah, Spider-Man. No, but also you like Bright, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I love
and then
Bright.
you didn't like Spider-Man 2, and I like Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man whack.
Okay. Because there's anything about Bright. But anyway, that's a whole other discussion. She's welcome back to the show. She's back for another episode here. But before I dive into today's episode, John Wick 3 Parabellum, what is Movie Breakdown? It's a movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them a grade, A through F, plus and minuses do count. And there's a movie you want me to review, or you want us to review, let us know, put in the comment section, which I get to as quickly as possible. And I also have a Patreon. Now, Patreon gives you some extra bonus content. So if you're a $2 member, you get put in the front of the line when it comes to movie reviews. You can say, alright, I want to watch this movie right now, it comes out early, and you like, alright, I want this request, and I'll get to it. If you're a $7 member, you get my first thoughts, like after a movie, the first initial thought, like not a review, just a quick thought, first take. You also get trailer reviews, and you get even a more jump in the line because of movie reviews they want me to review. So, is it a review you want me to watch, or a movie you want me to watch? Like, somebody asked me to review, I can't think of it. Human Centipede? Yeah, the Human Centipede movie. And I was like, I'm not doing it unless I get unless you get on Patreon and do it. Other than that, it's not happening. So there's like those obscure movies you want me to review, like Saw and stuff like that. Patreon's probably the way to go. That's the only way we doing those movies, because I'm not going out my way for that. Unless it's like I'm running out of movies, because right now I have a list.
Basically, you get cut in the front of the line, so.
Pretty much. That was the long-winded story, because there's a lot of movies I have to get to right now that if you want to get in front of that line, Patreon it is. And my Patreon is Patreon/Ali Zakka. Plain and simple. Now, John Wick 3, or I guess John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. What is this movie about? The movie is pretty much the culmination of the events that have been going on in the John Wick series. Did you know that this is like all in the same week?
Oh.
The movie 1, 2, 3 are all in the same week.
Oh no, I kind of figured that, but yeah.
If you watch the first movie and the end of it, the second movie picks up at the end of the first one, and the third movie picks up at the end of the second movie. So it's all happening at the same time, and so the events of John Wick 1 and 2 are now pretty much spilling over to John Wick 3, where he has to find a way to clear his name and find a way to get the bounty off his head, because now the whole world is after him for killing a guy within the sacred grounds of called the Continental. You're not supposed to kill anybody inside of the safe house, but once you do that, your bounty is not like everybody's after you, and his was like
14 million.
Yeah, okay, you know that.
I'm doing it for 14 million.
So everybody who was supposed to be a friend of John Wick's is now an enemy, and you have no idea how he's gonna get out of this mess.
They're getting out of bed for 14 million.
Right? So you gotta figure out how John Wick gonna get out of this mess, and that's what this movie's about. It's pretty much him getting through obstacles and getting through trials and fighting people off to pretty much try to survive. Does he do it? Well, we'll talk about that today and other questions. But Mom, what's your first thought on John Wick 3?
Okay, so I haven't watched any of the John Wick movies before. They've been around. I can't remember when the first one came out, but I know it had to been like 2000 something maybe.
14?
2014 when the first one came out? Okay, well dang, I must be thinking of another movie. But anyway, yeah, this is my first John Wick movie I watched, and well, when this one came out, I wanted to watch it, so I went back and got John Wick 1 and John Wick 2 so I can kind of watch it all the way through and keep up with the story. But my first thought was, yeah, this is a good movie. I mean, I didn't expect it to be great, and it was actually great.
And then my first thought on this movie was like, yeah, it doesn't make sense. This movie, when you watch it, you're like, okay, how does the dude surviving all this stuff? He just got stabbed in the leg, stabbed in the heart. He's sewing himself up, somehow fighting off a dude trying to break his neck. He gets stabbed, like he loses a finger, all this crazy stuff, and he still kicks people butt. He's still fighting a 2-on-1 battle with some guy and be able to come out on top. Like, how does he do it? I don't know. But yes, like you said, he's great.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's one of those movies where you just want to throw caution to the wind, and then if you want to just kick butt and take names later, this is the movie you want to watch. He gets injured, and you're thinking, oh, if someone's stabbed and cut up, they can't, or shot, they can't run, they can't fight. But he defied all odds, still, chop them up, and he's taking names later.
Right. The things I know about this movie, though, that like stood out to me, the choreography. Like the fight scenes, they're done so well. Like when you watch it, like the fight scene where he's in the knives place trying to get the knives, and people come in here like throwing out, like he's like dodging people left and right. Somehow fall like what 6, 7 guys? Yeah, like ridiculous.
Like it felt like it was 10. It felt like it was 10 guys he was fighting, and they were coming at him hard. And so the last person, I guess, was the leader of this gang. And he had to fight him last, and so he thought he might have been wore out at the fights with all the other men before him. But yeah, is this the part where they was throwing the glass, and the knives? They was throwing glasses and knives.
like the first, like after he realized he set himself up, and then John Wick had like 30 minutes or something like that to get everything together, or an hour
before his bounty became effective.
And then once that happened, he went to like a knife shop, and he fought like all these dudes, like this gang in a knife shop. Then he gets out and fights. Well, before that, he fought that dude you say looked like Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, there was a guy in there looks like the basketball player, Dirk Nowitzki. Yeah, I forgot where he played
the old Dallas Maverick player.
Okay,
Hall of Famer.
The guy looked like that. He was like a giant, and so John Wick was able to kick his butt in the library. They was fighting in the library. It was a pretty funny scene, but yeah. That guy, I don't know who he was, but
I got my phone out, guys. I'm looking here. It's not.
He probably was just. But anyway, he was able to beat him up too. And so he does this all effortlessly, like he's not tired. He's fighting all these people. He's not huffing and puffing.
Right.
Just one of those movies where you just feel like you want a superhero. John Wick is that superhero. Right. He's the everyday man superhero.
I was watching something like this dude's like endurance. He's a video game character has to be like over 100 because he just does not stop or slow down and keeps resiliency, keeps getting back up and keeps going. Another thing I liked about this movie that stood out to me was the color scheme. The color scheme, the way the background lines up, stuff like that, in certain areas and certain parts of the movie, like when they're fighting towards the end inside the Continental, which is where Ian McShane, who is Winston, who's like the guy who's pretty much John Wick's friend.
Winston, he's a whole mood. Right? He's a whole mood.
Well, like inside his place, like he had like this whole like glass, like this glass room where they're fighting inside, and like the colors off the glass look pretty cool.
That's the directors that I guess I don't know the cinematographers. They did their job on that one. They actually did their job on that well. Let's see, who was the cinematographer?
Oh, that's directed by Chad Stahelski. That's who it's directed by. Stileski?
Yeah, good job, Chad. That was awesome. Good job you doing your J.O.B. there.
Cinematography was done by
Dan Lawston. Lawston, yeah. Director of photography. Wow. Yep. They did their thing on this movie. I think with all the movies they did, but yeah, I had to watch all 3 to to keep up with it. But But yeah, this was my first time watching a John Wick series, period. I didn't know how good it was. I would have probably watched it the first time it came out.
Right. And to me, it's like, why are these movies so good? That's the one thing. 'Cause it's a really basic movie. One of the notes I had on my computer here is like, why are these movies so good? It's super basic. It's just a guy who everybody fears. Like, there's a part where they ask, like, how you think John Wick's going to do? And he's like, Winston goes, he's about 50-50 chance. Like, with the whole world versus John Wick, now it's a 50-50 chance. Mm-hmm. And it makes no sense. Like, why is this movie so good? It's literally just one man fighting throughout the movie. That's all it is. Yeah. Very, very simple. But I do like in all three movies, people still fear John Wick. People are like, oh my gosh, you gotta take out John Wick? Good luck, man. I heard the dude's crazy. Yeah. When Zero, who is played by Mark DeCasco,
yeah.
Mark DeCasco. Sorry, man, we're messing your name up.
Yeah.
But when he was getting the mission to take out John Wick, he's like really good. Like, he's a really top-notch assassin as well. When he's getting that mission to take out John Wick, he's like, I'm honored to have this moment to fight him. Like, he really did, like, put John Wick on a pedestal and said, like, hey, he's not just some average Joe. You have to, you know, fight him with honor and fight him that, like, this dude's one of the best. Anything else before we talk about some of the things we didn't like?
Oh, well, okay. Well, I mean, I just think that, I mean, it was a really good, I mean, it didn't have a lot of storyline. Like, the storyline wasn't important in this movie, but it was just the flow of it. I mean, it kept a steady pace. There was no dead ends where I felt like I had to get up and go get something to drink or eat. And, I mean, I was just able to sit and watch it. It kind of makes you, it had a lot of energy to the movie. It kind of made you want to feel like you want to get out there and kick some ass too. But yeah, that movie was, I mean, it was really good. The martial arts scenes, the knife scenes where they were throwing glasses. That's like one of my favorite parts in the beginning of the movie. But yeah, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot to dislike. I did have some dislikes, but there wasn't a whole lot.
Right on. All right, so dislikes here. One thing, you want to go first on this dislike? I'll go first because
I only had like one.
Yeah.
Dislike. Well, two.
A two?
Yeah. Number one was the choice of the female. I mean, I know Halle Berry played this role in the movie, and I didn't even get her name. She played this role in the movie, and I'm sorry, it just wasn't convincing to me.
Sophia. Was Halle Berry.
So Halle played this movie, and granted, she probably was doing some her actual stunts or fighting in the movie, which is cool. But it's just the whole character's like, I didn't know why her character was there. I didn't get a sense of why her character was there. What was the point of him meeting up with her? I may have to watch this again to kind of get it. Maybe I just could not get past her acting. No, sorry Halle Berry, but this one just wasn't convincing to me. I just could not see you in that role where you were kicking ass, because I don't know, maybe I've seen one too many Losing Isaiahs or those kidnap movies where you were running and chasing, the car down the street in the highway. It seemed like I've seen a couple of those movies, and this anguished Halle Berry, so I just could not see you in that role. So I didn't like that part about it. And then I think the second part was the dogs. They seemed like the scene with the dogs and things, they seemed like they were all animated. So that part, I don't know, technology has to get better with that. But that whole scene was this sort of make-believe. It looks like it was computer generated too much to where I was watching a video game. So it just wasn't convincing for me, Holly. So I didn't like that part in the movie. And I'm trying to think if there was any other part in the movie I didn't like. Nope, Holly, it was you. Yep.
I would say Halle Berry was also a low point for me in the movie as well. Like, that's probably the middle part of the movie, but it doesn't really last that long though. Like, it doesn't drag all the way out.
So why put it in there? It's just let me throw her in here. I mean, Holly, did somebody promise you a job?
I don't know.
And they had to fulfill that promise with this movie?
I think it kind of portrayed like the person that couldn't get out. Like,
so was that her escape where she was in the desert? That was her escape from
technically the organization, but she's now have a bounty on her head too because what she did. But like, it was kind of like what would John Wick would have been if he would have stayed in.
Is that what that part was?
Because she wanted to be with her daughter, but she couldn't be with her daughter because she stayed in that life. John Wick helped her daughter get out.
I'm glad you got that from that.
The problem was, it was Halle Berry, who was the actress that took me out of it. Like, I could not believe Halle Berry when she was going through her whole spiel about, I want to be with my daughter every day. You think this hurt me being here? You don't think I don't feel a certain way about being here? I want to be with her, and I can't do it. And I'm like,
unbelievable.
I'm not buying.
I cannot buy this.
The same thing. I was telling you this. We were talking about off camera that when Keanu Reeves does it,
somehow it's convincing.
No, it's not convincing when he does it either.
Okay.
And when Keanu Reeves go from I'm really mad or really irritated, like.
I don't think that's supposed to be convincing though. I think when he does it, it's like we know.
In the first movie when he's like tied up, like I'm really angry right now. Like Keanu, you should have stayed to like cool, calm. But when he's cool, calm, and collected, perfectly fine. And for some reason, I believe him as a cool, calm, collected person. Halle Berry, when she's like not cool, I don't believe her as a cool, calm, collected person.
She can go there, but it's just even when she goes there in other movies,
it never. Yeah, so like for her to be like chubby, because she's kind of more upbeat. I feel like than Keanu Reeves. But then I'm not saying that Keanu Reeves movies really say like, but in the Matrix, you never feel like an upbeat guy. And Speed. He's in Speed, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think I don't remember being upbeat either.
So we can get that for him not being upbeat.
So when when he gets that moment, like, I'm really, really mad. I'm like, okay, Keanu, I can't take you there. Like, but it's only a spurt. It's not like a whole scene where he's really going into that. I'm really in my feelings. I really want to get it though. No, he's just like, hey man, I'm just trying to get this done. I'm here. I'm sorry, I gotta kill you. Versus Halle Berry, who's always kind of like at a higher pace, a higher level, and more energy, when she's bringing her a high to his energy, like, why are you doing here, Keanu? For what reason are you here? And then, you think I don't miss my daughter every single day? Like, okay, you're taking me out of it, Halle. And I feel like she just took me out of it. And then when her dog died, she's like, all really like upset, and Keanu's like, I get it. Like that's.
But it's just that I couldn't see her as this assassin, as a combative assassin. I just did not get that from Holly, and I felt like they should have put. Dang, Lisa Bonet would have did that part some just. They could have just snatched her up and said, "Hey, you want to act the job again? You want to act again?" She probably wouldn't do it, but like, dude, you can do this role. She could have did that role, or even her daughter, Zoe Kravitz, could have did that role. Her little self would have just. You could totally, it's believable if she does. If she was to kick some ass in this movie, you would have believed it. But with Holly doing it, I just, gosh. I kept seeing all her other old movies and I kept trying to picture her as this assassin. And I didn't get it. And then I got confused because I thought she had 2 dogs. And then I think she had 3.
I was like, one, there's 2 left.
Yeah, but I thought she had 2 dogs all alone. Then I was like, when the one got killed, I said, she still got 2 dogs. So I thought she had 2 dogs. So I don't know what happened right there. I might have turned away for a minute.
Besides, and that's the only thing that really bothers me. Like, Halle Berry really took me out of that movie for the moment. I still was able to follow. I still didn't walk away. I didn't turn away. It was just like, Holly, I think you're overacting than what you really need to overact with. Like, I don't think she need to be like that intense in that moment. But that's just my opinion.
The intensity is what she needed to bring, but I didn't.
But it wasn't like a subtle. Like, it didn't match Keanu Reeves. It was complete opposite of Keanu, and that's Keanu Reeves or John Wick. And therefore through y'all, if she would have been a female version of John Wick, people feared John Wick. Nobody ever brought anything. I think this probably didn't work out as well because people talked about John Wick in such a way like, that's the boogeyman. You don't mess with John Wick. Yeah. He takes out everybody. You're the guy who have him go after the boogeyman. But then you throw in the female version of him where there's no background information.
I hope that wasn't what they were doing. If she was really supposed to be in the female version of him, because like, it just didn't cut it.
Yeah, like that's why I took it. Like she's just as good. Like when they walk through and take out everybody in that building, like she was doing the same exact thing he was doing, but you didn't believe that she can do it. Yeah, there's nothing about when John Wick's gonna talk to her like you really like. There's nobody saying like don't go do it, John. Yeah. No, it's like okay, John. Yeah, you do you, John. You go talk to her. Versus like the high priestess or the high chair guy, the head of the high chair.
Yeah, who was that? Winston?
No, not Winston. The dude out in the desert.
Yeah, the dude that cut his finger off.
Yeah.
What was his name?
I don't remember. He called a high chair.
Yeah.
But anyway, when they go to meet him, you had a fear, like you like, oh, this dude's a head dog. Everybody fears him. Winston fears him. This lady's working for him. All these people are after, like all people follow his lead. Don't mess with him.
Yeah.
You never got that with Halle Berry. Like, don't mess with Halle Berry.
Well, I don't know who to blame on that. I don't know if it's the director or what. But yeah, maybe they just need to build up her character more, or maybe even introduce her character in a previous John Wick, and she might have had a little play. I mean, I liked her. Some of the fighting scenes that she was in, I kind of enjoyed it, but at the same time, some of the parts wasn't convincing.
You want to go and do characters?
Not yet. Oh yeah, we can do characters. Yep, go ahead.
I guess okay.
It's your show.
Well, I was just gonna double check. Because I found the reason I asked, I found the guy he was looking for. The dude was Boban Jovanovic.
Almost.
So
almost like Dirk.
He's the guy who's like Dirk Nowitzki. I'm trying to find the High Priestess guy or the High Order, but
he was a basketball player, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a basketball player.
I thought he was a giant.
For the 76ers.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Neat. I think it's the elder Saeed
Taghmaoui. I think that was him? That was the high chair guy?
I think it's the high chair guy.
I'm going to watch this again.
The reason I didn't put him, like, make note of him. Oh, yeah, it was him. It's him.
Oh, okay.
The reason I didn't take note of him, because to me, he was just there. He was a character. He didn't really add much. So sorry, guys. You're like, this dude don't know what's going on. No, it's not that I don't know what's going on. The fact I didn't really pay attention to him, because as a character, he was just there. He commanded the order. That was it. He didn't add much to the movie. You could put anybody else in that role. That's why. Somebody called me out one day on that, and I was like, I'll just let you guys know right now. I pay attention to people who make an impact in the movie. That side character who's just there for 5 minutes.
Don't diss Saeed.
I'm not trying to Saeed, but just saying. So let's talk about Keanu Reeves of John Wick.
Okay.
Great. I don't have any complaints with him in this movie whatsoever. He did a great job. He was good.
No complaints. I never have any complaints about Keanu. Even I hadn't even seen all his movies. Even when they say he played this dumb guy, I haven't even seen that one yet. I got to see that one, and that was called something. One of his old movies. So yeah.
Was it Rain Man?
No, he played a dummy. He played a. No, I shouldn't say that. He was like a.
So he was smart though, right?
No, he was never smart. He was just clueless. I gotta find the movie, but I never seen all the movies. But so with Keanu Reeves playing John Wick, wasn't disappointment because I'd never seen him play it before. Didn't know what to expect, and it's Keanu. It's almost like him in almost every movie. Halle
Berry and Sophia Vergara aired our grievances over her.
Yeah, I'm glad she's still working. Women need to still work in Hollywood. They need to keep working, and it's just something. And I'm glad she is fit and able to do those fight scenes, because a lot of women her age probably can't do it. But just some of that was just unconvincing, and somebody better could have played Zoe Kravitz should have did it.
She's like our only gripe about the actors and actresses in this movie, and which I kind of want to bring him up before I get to Ian McShane, but Laurence Fishburne as
I love
Bowie King. Lawrence as the king in the movie, he was so goofy and over the top, and for some reason that worked. Like, I believe Laurence Fishburne a character.
I can see that the crazy to the movies. He brings it,
and I believe that. Like, he never took me out of the movie, but like him, Halle Berry took me out of the movie. I don't know what it was about Halle that really took me out.
She rubbed him the wrong way.
But what did she say to you too?
But I was able to enjoy the movie.
I know, I enjoyed it. Like, I didn't like it. Like, it made me stop watching the movie. They're gonna change the grade of my movie, but Laurence Fishburne character is like, okay, I get this. This is Laurence Fishburne. I like him. He's crazy. He's over top. They even set him up as a crazy guy. His members of his group are trash people, homeless people. They're purposely being homeless and going around killing people. And then he used pigeons. They set him up as a crazy dude. Therefore, him acting the way he acts.
That's not crazy because he used pigeons.
Huh?
That's not crazy because he.
But in 2019.
That's not crazy. Mike Tyson has pigeons. He has a pigeon coop, so I'm pretty sure he's still.
Let them fly out and murder people. Oh, look, I got a letter from Mike Tyson today. Hope you're doing great today. With Mike, you can just send me a text message.
I don't know if he's sending messages, but I know Mike Tyson has pigeons.
No, but King is sending messages now. He did say
in 2019. I don't know if Mike is sending messages, but I know it's not crazy to have a pigeon coop on a roof and like that one movie called Burgers.
But the king, he is sending messages through his birds. That's how he connects with people.
And that's smart. That is really smart. And you got nobody listening in on your phone taps and all this stuff, bugging your furniture and all that. That's the smartest thing you can ever do. Has a pigeon send a message.
It's so crazy in 2019 when this movie came out, but it works.
I would use a pigeon today.
How can Ian McShane's not doing it? How can
I don't know why anybody else does it. I would use pigeons today with all the bugs that's running around here. Everybody listening in, I would use pigeons.
And then Ian McShane, who played Winston, I liked him as a character. Liked him the first one. Liked him the second one.
Oh, Winston, he's something else. He's so unbothered. When they was fighting in there, there was a fight scene in there. He was just sitting on the couch, sitting there like.
But once again, he's believable too. Even Lance Riddick, who played Charon.
Oh yeah, he's the guy that's like. He knows everything. He sees everything.
He's the front desk guy.
Tell you everything.
He's the front desk guy, but. Even he started to kick butt in this movie. I'm happy he got a little scene.
Oh yeah, he had to have that background in order to even be there. Everybody just thought he was the check-in guy.
But yeah, I'm glad he actually got a scene where he did some stuff. Like it was a little bit, but even him, like, cause he's been in the first 3 movies. He's in all 3 movies as well.
He is a scary dude for real though. He looks. I mean, his characters to me is believably scary.
It's so, but like, it's like so business savvy and so astute. Like
it's like, dude, what's going on in there?
And then Asia Kate Dillon, who played the adjudicator.
The adjudicator.
She came down with
the adjudicator.
With the orders and everything. Like she pretty much cleaned up everything. I believe her too. I feel like it's like this lady who's don't like she knows much, but like she has a lot up her sleeve, and she's gonna hand out orders and like, hey, this gotta be done, or your time's gonna be up, one or the other. She was believable. I didn't look at her like, who does this lady think she walking here? I enjoyed her character. We were talking about Mark Dacascos, who played Zero. Dacascos, yeah. Who played Zero, who once again, he got the guy who was like kind of goofy at first. He's like, no, serious. Have a job to get done. Take out John Wick. He was a cool dude. Like he had a bunch of honor. He was like, was he Japanese?
I don't know. He don't look Asian. I'm not trying to be.
I think his character.
I don't know if his character was supposed to be.
But his background from that of a samurai, like that whole honor code and the way he's a ninja. I guess assassins, he's ninja.
I don't know. It's just.
But he had an honor code to him though.
I mean, he does look like he could be, but I mean, I don't know if they were like an Asian gang or something like that. But he's from Hawaii, so he's Hawaiian. But he probably can play
but
those
his characters
roles.
Though.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. It was like, I thought it was you're going to have to scroll back. But his character they were in like an Asian gang. That's what they were in the movie.
But yeah, those are characters like they really like made an impact in the movie. Thought it was really good. All the other characters, all the other actors that played in, they did a good job too. Like I didn't complain, but just Halle Berry was the only one. Now, this movie you should watch on a Friday night.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll say so too. Any last thoughts before we give our final grade?
No, I really thought it was it was a well-made movie. I wasn't expecting that because a lot of times when you go to the movies or you buy a movie, you don't get your money worth, and so if you spend money on a DVD or you pay $3.99 to rent this or stream it or something, I mean, it's worth it. It's not, you're not gonna be disappointed. You get some laughter in there. You get to watch the fight scenes where people are kicking ASS, and it's just like, it's one of those things where you feel like you're invincible. That's what John Wick is. He's like it's how you wanna walk through this world, just be invincible. Like all the things coming at you, everybody. And it's like you keep thinking, well, dang, somebody's definitely gonna kill him with all this stuff, but he keeps coming out on top. He keeps coming out on top. He keeps surviving. So it's sort of like a metaphor for like, the everyday man and what he's fighting through in the real world to me. But then again, this is Hollywood, but that's my opinion.
My final thoughts for my final grade. I enjoyed this movie. It was a fun movie. I think choreography was done well, cinematography was done well, the colors of the scheme of the movie was done right, the tone of the movie, the music played in the movie was well. There's nothing music in the movie that took you out of it, like the pianos and violins and certain move scenes and emotions. The music was playing along with the movie, great. They would be considered meeting places, and then the violin is playing or the piano is playing, certain chords. You're like, man, this is a kind of like orchestra, classical music playing. Like, I really like the way this movie's set up.
But take it back to why it all started. Remember the puppy, the dog?
Yeah.
And then he actually had a dog in this movie. We forgot all about the dog because the dog was this little side story to begin the whole thing. And he did have the dog in this movie too.
Yeah, the dog from the second movie.
Yeah, and so the dog had ended up in there with Winston, but at the end the dog finds him. So
yeah, and they also talk about the dog too. Like one of the ladies, like, you killed somebody over the dog. He's like, it wasn't just the dog. Like
that was funny.
It was. People can't talk about you killed people for a dog. That's the guy that killed somebody for a puppy. No, it wasn't the dog. And I like the fact they actually, the directors made light of that, because what people were like when they talking to anybody about John Wick, like, oh, that's the dude who killed somebody with a dog? You gotta be kidding me. So the director, like, after the second movie, people were like, all right, we'll have to make light of this and let people know, like, we understand what's going on too.
It was funny. Yeah, it was funny.
All right, final grades. Do you want me to go first or you go first?
I would give this movie, I mean, it's a A. I give it an A. And I don't give A's lightly. So this is an A movie for me.
Any reason why, or?
Oh, I mean, I think it's an excellent movie with the, with the things that I didn't like, but that's how it goes. I mean, it's not like the parts that I didn't like brought the whole movie down. It's just my opinion on that scene. But overall, like I said, all the things that you said, just to add to it, it was superbly done. If I was a director or creator or something like that, that's the kind of movie I want to make. But I would probably put a lot of women in it. So the next John Wick 4, better start adding some women in there. Give us some time. We not just need one woman assassin. We need a whole bunch of them. We need a gang.
And I'm gonna give John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum a B, solid B. The reason why I'm gonna give this movie a B, really, it's kind of like the same thing from the first, second, and third movie.
Yeah.
So you've seen everything all over again. They just add new characters
But you
in.
liked it. You've seen everything all over again, but you liked it.
Yeah, you liked it. But it was the same thing over and over again. Nothing really changed. It was a simple concept. Just the action scene changed. The colors got a little better. CGI here and there. And then Halle Berry just really kind of, for me, took me back for a moment. And I was like, oh, dang it, Halle. But, like, it wasn't like the point where the movie was, like, unwatchable, where you can't do anything. Like, you still watched it. You still enjoyed this movie.
Yeah.
But it went from an A to a B.
Wow, because of Halle?
Yeah, with her scenes, like, that's the mid part of the movie that kind of, like, took it down. And then it was like, all right, we're doing all this stuff for him to go back to Winston and had this fight scene here. And just like, okay, well, because he was supposed to kill Winston, that's why he went back.
Yeah.
But really, it was the same storyline over again. Like, oh, you gotta go kill this lady for me. I'm gonna kill her. Now you go back and kill the guy who told you to kill the lady. Oh, you killed what's his name's son. Well, now you're gonna go back and kill the uncle.
Because it's tying everybody in together.
Yeah,
it all ties back to the purpose. So if you really want to get a clear understanding of this movie, you have to go back and watch John Wick 1,
which is really good.
And then watch 2 back to back. Just watch all 3 on back to back to back. Just do that.
And then also, you're a Game of Thrones fan. There's Game of Thrones characters in this movie.
Really?
Yeah. So
I have never watched Games of Thrones.
Alfie Allen, as I talked about, was in the first movie. In this movie, Braun, Jerome Flynn, which I did not know his name was Jerome Flynn, played Barada, who's the maker of the coins. Like, he's the maker of the money. Like
they have their own currency within this this continental. This continental program. And
the continental's name of the building, but what was the chairs?
What was the organization?
The high chairs, I can't think of the name of the organization, but the chair, like, because the high chairs, the elder. But anyway, they make money in the coins are kind of like your safety. Yeah. Like, you give it somebody else, and they put, like, pay you back or this kind of thing. Well, he plays Braun in Game of Thrones, who's a guy with the money. He's like a money dude at the money and fame. He's the same guy in this movie. I was like, oh, that's pretty neat.
Oh, okay.
But
I wouldn't know any Game of Thrones characters.
They all stand out when you see them. Like, they're so distinct people. Like, you see a Game of Thrones character in the movie, like, you're not in this movie. What are you doing here? Why did you be like in the snow fighting Jon Snow, something like that? Anyway, you don't get any of that reference. But they put it this way: Game of Thrones, they're supposed to look like their character almost at all time. Like, you never see Kit Harington cut his hair, the main character. You
gotta maintain a character for his role.
Braun's the same way, Alfie Allen's the same way. They keep their look from Game of Thrones, just walks out in the daylight. So you see him walking out like, oh, that's obviously the guy from Game of Thrones. The only one I've seen him get away with that, now I'm digressing, guys, sorry, was the girl that played Daenerys Targaryen. Danny. I can't think of her name right now, but she's the only one who I've seen in other movies kind of change her appearance up. But everybody else kind of still the same appearance. Anyway, Mom, thank you for coming on to this episode. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Anything you want to say right before you go?
Well, just we'll be looking forward to seeing John Wick 4, which his real name, we didn't even discuss that. His real name was like Jardani Jankovic or Jonovich or something like that. So that was his real name. So, but he's John Wick. So we look forward to seeing the next episode for John Wick 4. So hopefully they continue making those movies.
Which they will, because the movie ended with a cliffhanger. So hopefully you're right. I already looked it up on Google. There's a John Wick 4 like talked about that there. So
yeah, bring back all the characters. Laurence Fishburne. Dang, don't bring Halle back. Did she get killed?
No, she just leaves. She just leaves them for dead and cut it off.
Yeah, she sure did. So they gonna bring her back because she left him in the desert. They're gonna bring her in.
Well, thank you guys for watching this episode of Movie Breakdowns. I really appreciate it. You guys seen John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum, which means war, I believe, right?
I didn't look that up.
Parabellum. Because they say it in the movie and they put the words on it, which I can't stand. That's one thing I didn't like about that.
There's a lot of words.
When they put the words on the movie, like when they put the word like Parabellum and then the word appears on the screen, like really?
Fealty. They kept saying the word fealty. They kept saying the word. They kept saying all these words that but mind you, you know, these movies really do imitate life. So somewhere is a secret organization going on where these people they're using these coins and they're calling themselves something else. And they got somebody in this high chair. This really is some stuff going on. They just make these movies about it, make you think it's all Hollywood.
Yeah, so prepare plus war. Parabellum means plus war. So prepare for war. Yeah. In Latin, prepare for war, parabellum. Which, yeah, he says in the movie, parabellum, and word goes on the screen. And y'all see my John Wick 2 review. You know how much I did not like the words appearing on the screen, those giant color fonts. Couldn't stand it. And they did the same thing in this movie every once in a while. It wasn't as obvious and blatant as the second one, but yes. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this episode of Movie Breakdowns. I really appreciate it. If you guys want first come, first serve with movie reviews and requests, please follow my Patreon at Patreon/AliZakka. Other than that, please put in the comment section below your thoughts. And thank you guys for watching this episode. Please subscribe. See you next time. Keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend about my series. Tell a friend about Grind Towards Success. Tell a friend about the Movie Breakdown series. If you really like these episodes, I really appreciate it. It means so much to me. It means so much. I can't tell you how much it means. Like it's like I'll be really grateful you just told a friend and share and subscribe to the series. And thank you guys for watching this. Also, if you want to follow my journey outside of YouTube or Facebook, you can go to my Instagram page and you can follow me on my Instagram page at Ali_Zakka. It's right here. Put it right here in my face. That way you're like, where's his face at? Well, it's right behind the Instagram logo. Yeah, but you can follow me on my Instagram page. And also, if you want another episode of Grind Towards Success or Movie Breakdowns, you can watch the episode of Grind Towards Success right here. You can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right there. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. See you guys next time. Keep being awesome.